I mean, we got a quarterback, but defense needs to play better. We need a better defense. What up, Bears fans? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Bears Zone Podcast. I'm your host, Josh Dennison. Today we're going to go into the too early mock draft. So we're going to do rounds 1 through 5. Went through the draft simulator on PFF, and these were my draft picks that I chose, and we're just going to hop right into it. So, going off this draft, I have us taking the second overall pick. That is due to change. Keep that in mind. When I made this, we were the second overall pick. Now we are now, since Denver lost, we are now already the third overall pick, and that is due to change depending on, what happens going forward. So, with the second overall pick in the draft, I am trading it away to Carolina to receive the 6th overall pick of this draft, the second round, 37th pick of this draft, third round, 88th pick of this draft, and a first round next year in 2024. Then going into our next pick, with the 6th overall pick, I am also trading that pick away. So I am going to trade that pick to Seattle. Seattle moves up from 16 because they have 2 first-round draft picks this year. So they are picking 3rd, and they are also picking the 16th pick. So I'm giving them the 6th overall pick for the 16th overall pick. I'm also receiving their round 2 35 pick, and I'm also receiving their round 2 2024 pick. So already with the picks, with me moving down, I've already got a first rounder for next year. I've got a second rounder for next year. I required 2 second-round draft picks, and I'm still getting a first-round draft pick. Also got a third-rounder in there as well. So we're rebuilding, right? We already have our quarterback. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build those middle-round picks, second to third-round picks, so that we can have some picks that we can put in there that are going to be quality starters in the future for this defense and for this offense. And then going into our pick, so now with the 16th pick of the draft, I'm going to select wide receiver Quentin Johnston out of TCU. And I did a little scouting report on Johnston, big wide receiver. I'm going to be sure to be watching the TCU Michigan game, the 31st. I'm going to keep a close eye on him. See what we have in him. See what I would don't like about him. But the guy he's really tall, 6'4" wide receiver, decent weight, but he's quick. The dude runs a 4.440. The scouting report kind of gave me a precise route runner. He's good with creating separation. Used on quick routes and stop patterns, which would be big because not a lot of our wide receivers, Darnell Mooney can, but with this, he's going to be doing a lot of stop patterns and all that stuff, and he can get separation in those. So that'd be really good for us. So, quick pickups that we need to get. Boom, Quentin Johnston from Justin Fields. I think that's something that we need in this offense. He's got good stop and start ability, lateral agility, excellent down the field. He's very fast, really good at accelerating, and he can quickly get past defenders and stack up. So, he's 6'4". He's going to be an open target anywhere he goes on the field. So getting someone like that's fast, big. There are some things about him. He has great hands. He's a big guy, so that's a red zone target right there. But he has a limited route tree from TCU, so he doesn't have, everything a pro wide receiver would have in the route tree. He's not a really good run blocker. and he has some issues against press defense. So, I mean, you're going to have issues, no matter what, with certain wide receivers coming out of college. Everyone's got to develop. But, I mean, hey, get us this guy, get us our coaching staff. Our coaching staff knows how to develop players. It's already been seen on our offensive line and our defense. They follow. This is a culture. Everyone's following what they're buying into what Matt Eberflus is doing here. So I think getting Quentin Johnston along with Claypool and Darnell Mooney, I think that would be great for this offense. So with pick number 35 that we received from Seattle, second-round pick, I'm taking Tyree Wilson, edge rusher from Texas Tech. And Tyree Wilson, from what I've done a little scouting report and watching some videos on him, I mean, he's a pretty big guy. 6'6", 275 pounds. This year he has 36 solo tackles, 7 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. Last year I was looking at his stats as well. He had 7 sacks the year before as well. He's really good against the run. He showcases great strength and how he can shed offensive linemen, which is really good. He does it with ease. He's great off the start of the snap. He can really use his momentum and speed with strength to bull rush offensive tackles. So he uses his speed and his strength to power them down. He's really good at disrupting plays, shows best as a pass rusher, which is what we need in this defense. We need a pass rusher. Can surprise offensive players with his fluid movements. Appears to be athletic enough, but the con is he doesn't appear to be consistently fast. So he needs to show more consistency. But, I mean, from what I saw on the tape, I mean, they're always going to just show the highlights and stuff. But I would take a second-round draft pick on this guy and get Matt Eberflus gets his hands on him, and I think he could, turn him into a good player. And as much as I'd love to get, Will Anderson, with, the second overall pick, the fact of the matter is we need to surround this team with talent. So not one player is going to do it. We had Khalil Mack. What happened? We didn't win. So I think having multiple talented people on this team is going to make a big difference compared to just having one. So let's go down and grab as many people as we can that are, going to be talented. Round 2, 42nd pick. Yeah, round 2, 42nd pick in the draft. I'm selecting Brian Branch, cornerback from Alabama. Branch is about 6 foot, 193 pounds, has about 47 solo tackles this year, 0 forced fumbles, 1 interception, and 7 pass deflections. He's a dynamic athlete, elite twitch. So this guy he's fast, he's twitchy, he can react, he can move. If he needs to turn on a 180 really quick, he can do that. He can switch his hips in coverage. Has enough long speed to carry wide receivers up the seam. He's fluid with exceptional corrective freedom, able to snap around in 180 like I was saying. So he's really good, and he can transition the play. He can transition on stop plays longer than his frame. So, I mean, he's projected as a safety right now as they have it, but they also said he could be a slot wide cornerback. So, in my thoughts are put him at corner and let him play the slot, and then put Kyler Gordon back on the side with Jalen Johnson, and put this guy in the slot and see what happens. I mean, he's playing big talent too over there in Bama, so I think that'd be a wise decision. Keep adding to the defense at this point because our defense is probably the worst in the league. So just keep adding to the defense. And then I'm going to trade my 37th pick, trading my 37th pick for that 42 pick. Um, yeah, so round 2, pick 37, I'm going to trade. And we're going to trade that pick to the Browns to receive their round 2 42nd pick, and then also receive a round 3 2024 pick. So building for the future, and take that 42nd pick, and we're going to take Brian Branch. Round 2, pick number 52. I'm going to take defensive end, another defensive player. Yep, build up that defensive end. I do not think we are getting it done on defensive end. So I am sorry, but Travis Gibson, I had high hopes for you coming into this year, and I'm just not seeing it, brother. So you had 2 sacks on Aaron Rodgers. Thank you for that. But you needed to show more after having 7 sacks and 3 forced fumbles, and then you didn't show enough. Didn't show enough this year. So I'm taking Jared Verse, edge rusher from Florida State. Let me see what I have on Verse. So good size. He's about 6'4". He's 251 pounds, so adding another big body there on the defensive end side. Intriguing blend of size and movement skills, good length, wide shoulders, long arms, can add weight. So the fact that he's already big and he can add more weight just makes it a lot better for building his strength to go against offensive linemen. He looks the part. He flashes bursts off the snap. He's explosive off the snap. Quick and violent hands. So this guy's going to get on you and he's going to wrangle you around, man. So he's fast in a straight line. Excellent off the edge. Bull rushes when first off the snap. He can dip and bend. Now, this is the part that I found really, really, really intriguing. Kind of reminds me of a Robert Quinn. He can dip and bend and maintain speed. One of the true straight-up edge rushers in the draft. Kind of skill set NFL teams can vet in the NFL. Some cons, though. He seems more comfortable countering back to the inside. He tends to push past the pocket when he's going around the bend instead of coming in towards the quarterback. He kind of goes further back, so he gets pushed away. And that's why he tends to go more inside, which, hey, if he goes inside, that's whatever, You can't put him on the edge every down. Rarely is he the first one off the snap, so he's a little slower off the snap. But, reading this and seeing some of his highlights, the guy looks the part. He's quick. He can get down the quarterback. So if you put Jared Verse and Tyree Wilson on the edge, we're going to get some penetration. So, and then if we go into free agency, you can keep Justin Jones as a tackle. And then let's say we get Daron Payne and add him as 3 technique. Boom. That defense is pushing, and we're getting sacks. These guys just got to develop a little bit. And you put Dominique Robinson in there as a rotational player. If you want to keep Travis Gibson, whatever it is, what it is. If you want to keep him as a rotational player as well. But I don't think he's a starter. And I think Muhammad's got to go. I think it is what it is at this point with Muhammad. So that's my take on that. Now, round 3 with pick number 65. I'm going to go offense on this one, and we're going to go with Darnell Washington, tight end out of Georgia. 6'7", big body, 270 pounds, out of Georgia. I'm telling you, all these players that I'm naming. So Michigan, Georgia, TCU, and I forgot what the other. I think no, it's not Bama. Oh, why can't I think about the other team? Anyways, though, they're all bowl games, the playoff games that are coming up right now. So be able to watch these guys, which I can keep watch a better eye on them, especially now that they're playing for playoffs. So that'll be good to watch. Anyways, so Darnell Washington, 26 receptions, 417 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he's been averaging about 16 yards per catch. Last year, his productivity wasn't as much as it is this year, so that's good that it's been going up. He is a nightmare matchup. Put him in the end zone. Put a body on him. Nobody's catching that ball, man. Are you kidding me? He has strong hands. Good speed for his size. I was watching some of his tape, and I'm like, dang, this guy he's moving. Like, decent hands at the high point. He can high point the ball. Needs to work on his route running a little bit, and he's not that much good of a blocker. But they did say that the comp is like a Martellus Bennett. So if you give me a Martellus Bennett and a Cole Kmet, and then you put Quentin Johnston at wide receiver with Claypool, Darnell, Mooney, watch out. Like, we're going to start doing some things. We can start moving some things around. I like that. You know what I mean? So we're going to have options once, in this mock draft, what I'm going through here. So round 3, pick number 88, the pick that we received from Carolina. I'm also going to go offense again on this one. Rashee Rice, wide receiver, SMU. Rasheen Rice, 6'2", 203 pounds. He's had 96 receptions this year for 1,355 yards, 10 touchdowns, and averages about 14.1 yards per catch. He is dynamic in terms of acceleration and long speed, which is good. It's what we need on this offense. We need someone that can have long speed. Other than Darnell, Mooney, Velus Jones has just not worked out. Claypool's kind of fast, but we haven't really seen much of him yet. I just think we need speed. We need that long speed on this team, so it'd be good. Especially with Quentin Johnston being fast, and then you got this guy being fast. So he has a sturdy frame, for being only 6'2", he's pretty well built, with good height and good length. He's got really good balance, good at making the first defender miss, and he's also really good. So when he makes that first defender miss, he's able to gain those extra yards after the catch, and he's pretty good at that. So that's good. Has great hands. Able to locate the ball, make adjustments in the air. He is an aggressive blocker, can win from the slot and from outside. So that's the part that intrigued me the most, is that he can win from the outside and slot, because we have outside guys. You have Darnell, Mooney. You have Claypool that can pretty much just play the outside. We need slot guys. So you plug Rasheen Rice in the slot, you got Claypool, you got Darnell, Mooney, and then you got Quentin Johnston. I'm telling you, man, that you could start making some splash moves here. He's a quality route runner. The only thing is, some concerns are he doesn't run that pro style at SMU. He needs more diverse route tree running, and he's starting to develop a consistency with drops, even though he has good hands. So he needs to just make sure that he's catching the ball. So some things to look out for with him. Round 4, pick number 97. I have us going with a center from Michigan. I do not want to butcher his name, but Olu Oluwatimi, the center out of Michigan. The draft's not really that deep with centers, but we need to grab a center. Olu Oluwatimi, he is 6'3", 307 pounds. He has plenty of reps at center, 2,552 snaps at center, so he's got a good experience there. Really good base, allowing good balance during his reps. Properly picks and turns in the defense when they're trying to attack. Showcased able to get to the second level, so he's able to get past those first line of defense to the linebackers, which is good. We don't see that a lot in our offense, so it would be good to have somebody of that strength and caliber on the team. Some concerns with him is he can get caught leaning and bending, which you don't always want to see. Needs more power on the first contact, and doesn't have a lot of push. in the run game. So that is a concern considering we are like a run team right now. I mean, we're a run team, and that's how we play the play action. Play the play action after the run. Just needs to get better at that. Get some strength in the off season or in spring training. I'm sure we can coach him up, and it'll be fine. So I'm gonna have my eyes on him as well. Michigan, playing TCU with Quentin Johnston, New Year's Eve. So I'll be watching, looking out for that. Round 5, pick number 129, Layden Robinson, guard, Texas A&M. Robinson, 6'4", 330 pounds. This guy is massive. Thick build, plenty of power, has functional strength for displacement in the run game. And his anchor is firm. Anchor is firm in pass pro, so that's good. We need pass protection on the team. Rushers do not find success going through him. Powerful hands stuns opponents. So, I mean, talk about putting someone in there that can not let people come through. This guy right here, and that's a great find in like the 4th round. So, we don't know how long Cody Whitehair is going to be here for. I don't think he's going to be here for very much longer. I don't think he's going to be in the foreseeable picture, unfortunately, even though he is the captain of the offense, or one of the captains right now with Justin Fields. And I'm sure people look to him for his, because he's a veteran and he knows the team and stuff. Cody's been good, right? But we need some younger talent in there. And I know we got Tyree Carter as well, but nothing wrong with taking another swing at the O-line because, why not? Last pick, Dre Losivas, wide receiver out of Princeton, 66 receptions, 943 yards, 7 touchdowns, and averages about 14.3 yards per catch. Another speedster, All-American track star, averaged, he had a 6.7 60-meter time in track. He has the ability to break routes without losing speed. So he's a matchup nightmare. So this guy's quick, in and out. So you put him in the slot. I mean, drafting all these wide receivers is only going to make us, just pick. Who do you like the most and keep them around, and then whoever you don't like, if N'Keal Harry's not matching up to these guys and these guys stick around, and keep them around, So, I mean, nothing wrong with taking 3 or 4 wide receivers in the draft and seeing, what happens. So, this guy, could you just imagine this guy being like just a deep threat, just and then Justin Fields bombing it out there? I'm sorry, EQ. I'm sorry, N'Keal Harry, but if we can find people that are faster, better, stronger, younger, cheaper, the Bears are going to do that. So, he's got strong hands. He attacks the ball in the air. He's a threat for chunk yards. The fact that he can run routes without losing speed is, that's nuts. So, really intriguing stuff there. Concerns, though, because he's from Princeton, so competition level is just not there. Not a diverse route tree, and he needs to work on his blocking. But, hey, you can't really, he's got some exciting attributes there that I'm just kind of like, you know what? Take a shot. So I was able to take, and this is just rounds 1 through 5, there would still be 6, 7, 8. And as we know, Ryan Poles likes to trade down a lot, especially with those late round picks. But yeah, so I was able to take that first round draft pick, and then got some additional picks. We got first rounder for next year, and then I got a second rounder, a third rounder for this year. Trade down again, get a second rounder for next year, and then a second rounder for this year, along with another pick for the first round. Took Quentin Johnston. Round 2 took Tyree Wilson. Traded down again. So took round 37 or pick 37. Traded it for pick number 42, along with a round 3 2024. So we got picks for next year. We got players for this year. You get a round 2 for next year. You got a round 1 for next year. You got a round 3 for next year. And I was able to take 3 second round picks this year, two third round picks this year, a fourth, and we still had 2 fifth round picks this year. I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 picks and just picks 1 through 5 rounds. So you beef up the line, the defensive line. You get 2 edge rushers in the second round early. This draft is full of them. And then you get some wide receiver talent. You get a tight end in there, and you get a center and you get a guard. So I think this is, decent draft. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. And then bear down, and we'll see. You got to remember, this is just the too early mock draft. So I'll do another one again. But yeah, that's it. Bear down.